what's up? Hey, what's up? My name is Daniela and today I'm going to do the mid-year book freakout tag because I have been looking forward to doing this tag since last summer. So yay, let's do it! The creator of this tag is That Chame and I will link her video in the description, and let's dive into the questions. Question number 1 is best book you've read so far this year, and for this I'm going to choose Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. I have already talked about this book on my channel because it was my favorite book of the first quarter. There hasn't been another book that would top that, so it's still my favorite book of this year. If you haven't heard about this book, it is about a woman who is very lonely and she is kind of an outcast, and it's very entertaining watching her trying to find happiness in her life. And it's also a sad book because she has been through trauma in her childhood and now she is trying to come to terms with her past. I really liked the writing style and overall I cannot recommend this book enough. Question number 2 is best sequel you've read so far this year, and I have read a total of 2 sequels this year, so the selection is not that great. But fortunately, I have read an amazing sequel, and that was A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. If you follow me on Twitter or if you watched my other videos, you might know that I love this series. And I knew it can be possibly better than A Court of Mist and Fury, which was one of my favorite books of last year, and there wasn't enough stars to rate Court of Mist and Fury, but this volume certainly didn't disappoint me. As most of you know, this is a young adult / new adult high fantasy series with fairies, and I really recommend giving it a try, especially if you don't normally read a lot of young adult or young adult fantasy, because that was exactly my case, and I wasn't even interested in reading about fairies or stuff like that, and I fell completely in love with it. So yeah, maybe give it a try. Question number 3 is a new release you haven't read yet but really want to, and well, surprisingly, A Court of Frost and Starlight, which I haven't read yet because I am on a year-long book buying ban and the book is not in my library, so I hope I will get it for my birthday, which is this month, so it's perfect. And to shut up about the ACOTAR series just for a second, I'm going to mention Let's Talk About Love by Claire Kann. I have heard great things about this book. It is about a girl who works at the library and her girlfriend breaks up with her because she's asexual. So the premise sounds interesting and the cover is gorgeous, so yeah, this one. Question number 4 is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I'm not really monitoring new releases because usually I can get them right away anyways. But I know about one book that I'm really interested in and that is supposed to be out later this year. And that's Little White by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling. And this is the 4th book in the Cormoran Strike series. It's not like I'm ready for the book because I still need to read book 3 in the series, but it's still pretty exciting. Question number 5 is biggest disappointment. This was quite difficult to decide because I haven't been that much disappointed so far this year, and I also haven't rated a book below 3 stars, so that's pretty good. But I was pretty disappointed by A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline Lang. This is a middle grade fantasy / sci-fi story, and apparently everybody else knows about it, but I haven't known about it until recently. Obviously the movie came out and I also fell in love with the song I Believe from the soundtrack, so I was very interested to read this book. And sadly I didn't love it. I rated it 3 stars, but I didn't like the main character and the pacing was weird. The concept was very cool, but the execution just didn't work that great for me, so yeah. Question number 6 is biggest surprise. The book is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, and my expectations were that the book was going to be really good and it's going to be sad. It obviously deals with an important and heavy topic. It deals with police brutality and racism, but I didn't expect I was going to enjoy it that much as I did, and I didn't expect it was going to be entertaining at times, and it just affected me in ways that I didn't expect. So definitely read this book even if you don't read young adult contemporaries, because this is definitely a YA book that anyone can benefit from. Question number 7 is favorite new author, and it's Sophie Kinsella. I have read 3 books by her and I loved all of them, so it's pretty straightforward that I really love her books. I have read Finding Audrey, My Not So Perfect Life, and An Undomestic Goddess. Her books are incredibly entertaining and her characters are really relatable for me, so yeah, I have been really enjoying her books so far. Question number 8 is newest fictional crush, and I don't have a new one. I kind of still love Recent from Ekotar, although I still want to call him Recent, but apparently it's Recent. In my eyes he's kind of a Gryffindor boy, which is not something I am usually into, but yeah, he's just... I know it's pretty basic to love him, but I just do. Question number 9 is newest fictional character, and that is Eleanor from Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. She is just very special and she was quite relatable. She was just living her life and questioning these social norms, and most of the time it was the norms that were weird, not her. It was just a pleasure to spend time with her. Question number 10 is a book that made you cry. There was a scene near the end that kind of destroyed me. And yeah, there were quite a few emotional moments in this one. I loved. Question number 11 is book that made you happy, and this one was Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, which I finally read because my library finally got it in English. It was just so freaking cute, and falling for someone on the internet was just so damn relatable, you can't even imagine, so let me just say that the hype for this book is totally deserved, because young adult contemporaries set in high schools are not my favorite genre, but I absolutely adored this. Question number 12 is favorite book to movie adaptation, and I haven't seen any. I'm not sure I have even seen a movie this year. I can't remember any. But I would like to see Love, Simon, which has just recently came into the cinemas in my country, so yeah. Question number 13 is a favorite video you have done this year, and I'm gonna say my book unhaul because book unhauls are just the best. Question number 14 is most beautiful book you have bought or received this year, and I haven't bought any because I'm on a book buying ban, so I'm going to choose the most beautiful cover from the books I have read, and that was probably Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I read this book in the Czech translation because my library doesn't have the English versions. The Czech version has this gorgeous red cover, so I think that might be the most beautiful. Question number 15 is what books do you need to read by the end of the year? At the beginning of the year I made a video about top 12 books I want to read this year, so definitely some of these, for example The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, or as I mentioned before, Career of Evil by Robert Galbraith. And another book I want to mention is The Seven Husbands by Evelyn Hugo, because everybody has been raving about this book, and even people who don't even read adult fiction, and adult fiction is my favorite genre, so I definitely want to read this book, and I think I might get it for my birthday, so that's exciting. So yeah, that is all for this tag. If you want to do this tag, consider yourself tagged. Also feel free to give this video a thumb up or thumb down if you didn't like my answers, and subscribe to my channel. The links to my social media profiles are in the description if you want to follow me there, and yeah, have a great day. Bye!